Okay. So I think in the last week we just installed Python and very basic things we have done. The recordings and everything is with Institute because I forgot this is not my link, right? Institute link. So all the recordings and everything is with Institute, and once the drive is created, then only I can upload the materials, right? So I think by end of today, I'll request them to create a drive so that I can upload materials, and all the recordings of last week will be uploaded on the drive once it is created, right? What we have seen in last week, we just started with installation. So how to install Python using Anaconda. We also discussed about the Jupyter notebook tutorial, right? Quick tutorial, and then core Python concepts, right? I think this is what we have seen. What we're going to discuss today is we will be discussing data structure in Python. As I said, I'll give a quick overview, list, tuple, set, dictionary, so that you will feel comfortable, right? So let me open a new, we will be using Jupyter Notebook, or yeah, we can use Jupyter Notebook, or we can also use VS Code. So any of this ID will be fine. Both of this ID actually we will be using in this entire course. So whatever is suitable, you can use it, right? So Python data structure. So what is Python data structure is all about? So let me create a new file here. Let's say this is list.py, right? Let me just minimize it. Okay. Okay. So let's see one by one. So what exactly list is all about? So we have okay, so we have lot many different kind of data structures in Python. One of the data structure is list, right? So what is a list? First let us understand the property. The first property of list is I can also open, let me open Jupyter. So let me understand one by one. So the first thing is what exactly a list is all about. What is the property, right? The first property of list is this clear? Like the font size is okay, or should I increase or decrease? Font size is okay, everyone. Can you confirm, please?
Yes, ma'am. So
Yes, okay. So the first thing is what is a list? There is some problem with my Jupyter today. I don't know. So I have to open in VS Code. Today morning when I started opening it, the IDE, right? It was not opening. It is like the browser I need to change. Default, it is going to Edge. I need to change it to Google Chrome or something because it is coming empty page. When I start Jupyter, right? It is coming empty. So that's the reason I'm using Jupyter inside VS Code. But ideally, you should use Jupyter outside of VS Code, right? VS Code we will use when we go to MLOPS, right? But again, any ID you can use. That's just a Python, any Python code. To execute any Python code, you need an ID, right? Anything is fine, Jupyter or VS Code. Okay, coming to the list, what is a list and how to create a list? List you can create by just writing all the elements within bracket. Okay. Um, just 1 second. I am the view I want to change because so many things are there. Where is the full screen option? Uh, think this is much better. Or we don't need this, right? Okay. So what is a list and how to create a list? The first thing is you will write all your elements within your list. So one is, let's say, 90, second element is 78, third element is 90.5, and the fourth element is high. So the first property of list is list can take a mixed element. Mixed element means what? You can see in this particular case, the first element is an integer, the second element is of also an integer, the third element is a floating number, and the fourth element is a string. Right? So mixed element means what? The elements of a list can be any type. It's not like an array where all the elements should be of same type, right? So elements of a list can be any type. That's why it is a mixed element. Okay, now once you have run this, so let me execute this Python environment. Let's say run this, right?
That high, that one, this is missing.
Okay, yeah, this thing is missing. Okay, now this is a list that we have created. Let's say what I want right now is I have this list. I want to, can I add duplicate elements? Yes, list can support duplicate element. For example, I can have one more element called 90. 90 repeated two times, 190 here, 119 here, right? So list can take duplicate elements. Other property of list is, what are the properties of list? The first property is mixed element. Mixed element, I think you understood this. The second property is nothing but duplicate elements. Yes, you can have duplicate elements in your list. The third is, third property is you can have the elements that you're entering into a list will be in a order. Means what? The order in which you are entering the element, it's the same order it will be present. Means order will be preserved. What do you mean by that? Right? So 90, 78, 90.5, high, and 90, the same order. If I just run this, right? If I just run this, let's say if I just run this, I'm feeling very uncomfortable using Jupyter within VS Code. Always I have used. So how to change it to Markdown mode? Yeah. So where is the run button here? There is a cell, right? Let me do one thing. So we'll go here only. It is good. Just 1 second view. Okay, this is better. So list one, how to create a list one. So list one, you can write any element. Let's say this is my first element, 89.6, the second element. The third element is, let's say, 65, and the fourth element is high, right? And anything can, I can keep inside a list. Now, once I have created a list, how I can really extract elements from the list. Remember, indexing in list starts with 0. So the first index is 0, the second index is 1, the third index is basically 2, and the fourth index is 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I want to extract high, I need to write least 1 of 3, right? Least 1 of 3. The last element. If I want to extract, let's say, the first element, I will write least 1 of 0. So you will get the first element. So like this, you can just write the position and then the respective element will be extracted. Multiple elements, range of elements if you want to extract. So what you can do is, you just need to write, let's say, 0 to 2. Means what? Starting with 0, ending till 1. So it's very important. The ending index is exclusive. Exclusive means what? If you're writing here 0, right? If you're writing here 0, if you're writing here 2, it will go till 1. Remember, if you're writing here 2, it will go till 1. If you're writing here 3, it will go till 2. So whatever you're writing, the ending index is exclusive. -1. So if I'm writing 0 to 2, 0 and then 1, both of this element will be extracted. If I'm writing 0 to 10, so 0 to 9 will be extracted because 10 is exclusive. Okay. So this simple things matters. Please remember all of these things. So when I'm writing 0 to 2, 0, 1 and 2 elements. sorry, 0 and 1 element, basically 90 and 80, 89.6 will be extracted. So if you are starting from the starting index, no need to write. If you just write blank and 2, same thing will be returned. Because if you're not writing the starting index, default is from 0. Similarly, if you're not writing the ending index, default is till end. So for example, if I'm writing 1 colon and then blank, can you guess what will be the output? 1 and then blank. What will be the output?
All the elements will be.
Starting with 89.6,
Yeah,
which
89,
is 1,
65.
yes, all the elements will be extracted. So if I just run this, you will see all the elements are extracted. So this is some extraction rules that you need to understand. And there is one more also, like negative indexing. The last ending index is -1 and then -2, -3, -4. I am skipping the negative indexing part, but you should go through the recording to know more about it. I have given lot many examples how to extract elements from negative indexes also. Very simple. Last is -1, -2. So same high I can extract writing -1. If I write -2, 65 will be extracted. -3, 89.6. -4 is 90. So either I can use positive or I can use negative indexing for extracting element. So we understood how to create, we understood how to extract. Let us understand now some operations. So operations means what? One of the property of list is mutable. Mutable means what? You can change it. So whenever you create a list, you can change it. Change it means what you can do? You can add element, you can delete element, and you can replace element, right? That's how it is mutable. So just if I run this, let's see one by one. So this is my list one. First thing I will show you is how to add element to your list. How to add element? So you will be using one method called append method. So what is this append method will do? Only single element. Append cannot add multiple elements. Only single element at the end of the list it will add. So if I just write 90, if I write 42, so what will happen if you just look at the list? 42 will be added at the end of the list, right? At the end of the list. Oh, now let's say if I want to add multiple elements, not a single, but multiple elements at the end of the list, instead of append, I should use extend. Extend will always take a list as input. Remember, multiple elements together, right? I just want 78, 21, and 93 to be added. And list one, if I just run this, you can see individual element. Each element has been added as an individual single element. See, it has extended. As the method name suggests, whatever you are passing here, it will be extended, means individual item will be added. So it's same like append, but in append only one element, in extend multiple elements you can add. Everything will be added at the end. 78, 21, and 93 you can see. Now if I use the same thing using append, what will happen? In append, what will happen? If I just use your append, what will happen? The whole list will be added as a single element. You can see append and extend difference. In append, it only understand a single element. So whole list will be added as a single element. What happened? The whole list has been added as a single element. That is your append and extend difference. Okay, now both append and extend will help you to add element at the end of the list. What if you want to add in any other location? Not at the end. You need to use another method called insert. You need to use insert method. And insert method will take 3 arguments. The first one is the index location where you want to insert. Let's say I want to insert 65. Before 65, before which element you want to insert? 65, before 65. Can you tell what is the index of 65?
2.
2, right? 0, 1, 2. So I'll write here 2 and I will write the value. Let's say I want to insert hello, right? And if I just run this, yeah. So the order is different. The first is the index and then is the value, right? Now what happened? Let's see what happened. So we just see here before 65. Before 65, hello has been added. Remember all the index that you're writing here before that index, not after. Let's say after 65, if you want to add hello, what you should write? You should write the index of hi. So whatever index you are writing here, before that index, very important. And all of this small thing, how you will know, there is an easy way. You can take help, question mark, any function, right? Question mark and shift enter or run. You will see the complete description of that function. So insert function will take two parameters. The first one is the index, which we have passed like 2. The second one is the object, means the value that you want to insert. Everything in Python is object, right? So object means hello, I am passing, and then insert object before index. Insert the object before the index. What you're trying to do here, inserting object before the index. Now this is how you will understand the help, right? Help is very important. Question mark and run, right? For any function. Okay, so you understood the operation. What operation you understood? Add operation you understood. 3 methods: append, extend, and insert. Now, if you want to delete something from your list, what you can use? There are 4 functions. You have pop method, and then you have remove method, and you have delete method. So we'll see all of this one by one. Okay. So let's understand one by one. So pop method, just if I just call pop method, you will see it will just delete the last entry. What pop will do? Pop will delete the last entry, 78, 28, 21, 93. Delete will delete the last entry. Pop will delete the last entry. If I again call list1.pop, can you guess what will be the output? Anyone? What will be the output?
93 will be removed.
93, exactly. Because if you look at the list, last element will not be there, right? We have deleted it. Again, if you call, 93 will not be there, right? So you understood pop. Now let's say I want to delete hello, any other element, not the last element. Then I can use the same pop method with index. I'll write here, what is the index of hello? 0, 1, and 2. So I'll write here 2, right? And you can see hello is deleted. So you can write the index. Remember, it can delete only one single element at a time, not more than one, right? You just need to pass the index and it will delete that element. So pop you understood. The second thing is remove. What if you have a large list and you forgot the index, but you remember the element name? In that case, you will be using remove. So if you remember the element name, you can use a remove method. For example, here I am writing hi. I just want to remove hi. I am not passing the index here. I am passing the name of the element, and that is hi. And this is the difference between list and remove. Sorry, pop and remove. Pop requires index. Remove requires name of the element that you want to delete. So hi, I want to delete. I am deleting here. Okay, now both pop and remove can delete single element. What if you want to delete multiple elements? So you can just write list one dot. You can call this delete function delete, and then list one. You can just pass all the elements or range of elements that you want to delete. For example, 0, 2, 3. What will happen? 0, 1, and 2. So all the 3 elements starting with 0. Remember always the ending index is exclusive. So if I'm writing 3, it will go till 2. 0 to 3, right? So if I just delete it, you can see list 1. You can see it is deleted. We don't have any values like 42, starting with 42. 0, 1, and 2 elements has been deleted. So that's how you can delete anything from your list. I think it's super clear. It should not be any doubt. Let me know if you have any doubt, right? So the first thing is, it should be very clear. So first thing is pop, remove, and delete. Pop means you can delete one element, but that element always will be from the end. Pop with argument will delete the respective element. Index you will pass, the respective element will be deleted. If you don't know the index, you can also use remove and you will pass the name of the element. Both pop and remove will delete one single element. Multiple elements, if you want to delete, use delete function. Okay, So this is how list is mutable. Add, delete, and replace. How to replace? Replace means if I write list one, this is my list one. I want to replace means change, right? You will write the index, let's say zero index. What is there in zero index? 42. I want to replace the zero index with hello or something, right? And if I just run this, you can see the zero index has been replaced. So what I have done, how to replace? The name of the list, the index is equals to the new value. So index equals to new value will replace the respective element. Okay, this is all about your replacement, how to replace element in your list. Any doubt so far? Is it clear? Any doubt? Is it clear? Okay. You are silent. So I'm little, is it very fast? I'm summarizing Python. So that's why I'm fast, right? This is actually out of syllabus. Like I should not, you should go through recording, but I'm just giving you some context. And it is very detailed, but a little bit fast. Is it okay for everyone to understand? If you are
Yes,
feeling,
yes.
yes, okay. If you are from Python background, it will be very silly concepts. But if you are from non-Python background, yeah, all good. Okay. And if you feel like little not you are not understanding, please go through the recordings. And I think those recordings are very slow and in detail, so you can like clearly understand. The same thing, but uh, I have explained everything slowly, right? Very detailed way. Okay, so this is all about your list. Next thing is operations. What operations you can do? So you can basically do many operations. One thing is if you want to, let's say, reverse the list, you have a function like list one dot reverse function. Reverse function will reverse. Reverse means what? Last element will be first, first element will be last. If you want to sort, let's say list 2 is equals to why we have, you can sort only numbers or only strings, or only alphabets and only numbers you can sort. If your list has mixed element like this, you cannot, right? If you just call sort method on list one, it will throw you error. That's why I'm creating a new list. Let's say this is my list, and what I want is I want to sort this list. I'll call the sort function, and you can see this is how I can sort my list: 34, 65, and 90. Okay, so list is a very famous and very important data structure that we will be using very often, right? And this is all about your list. More operations, you can search list function. So you can just call dir of list. It will list down all the functions present within list. So these are dunder methods you can ignore, but these all are the functions like append, clear will clear the list, copy will copy one list to another, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse, sort, right? Any function, if you want to learn more, you can just call the function name. Let's say sort I want to learn, and tap. You will see sort function and then question mark and then run. So the complete description of sort you will get. Question mark is help, right, in Jupyter. So you'll see sort the elements ascending order. If you want reverse, like you have to write reverse equals to true. So it will be descending order. So every detail about the function you can know by just calling the function and question mark.
A question mark plus and shift and enter.
Shift enter. That's the shortcut for running. Otherwise, you can click on this triangle symbol. This is also to execute the code. Shortcut is shift and enter. And you can just go to help and keyboard shortcut. Here, complete shortcuts are there. You remember if you want to remember. Right? So we are redo is control shift Z, undo is control Z, interrupt kernel, change, heading if you want to give like 1, 2, 3, 4, markdown if you want to change, escape and M, right? And so on, and like copy if you want to copy CX and all that. DD, 2 times DD means delete. Okay. Okay. Just remember shift enter. I think most of the time you need that, and rest all you just click this, right? I mean, this will create new and save and then cut. Okay, now let's talk about another data structure, and that is called tuple. Tuple is very easy, so it will take just 2 minutes. There is nothing much in tuple because one of the important property of tuple is it is immutable. Sorry. So what do you mean by immutable? You cannot change. So once you have created a tuple, you cannot change the tuple. You cannot add, you cannot delete, you cannot replace. There's no operation you can do. Only thing that you can do is extract, right? Extract element. How to create a tuple? You just write any name. Let's say tuple 1 or T1. Let's say T1 is the name. And then you write the values. So tuple is this, right? So this is optional actually. Like bracket in list, it is not optional. You have to give bracket. In tuple, brackets are optional. You can give bracket, you can leave also. For example, let me start with bracket. What mixed element? So anything you can give, let's say some text, some number, and some floating number, everything. Right? So this is type of T1. If I just write, you will say this is a tuple type. And same thing, I can also create a tuple without bracket, right? Still, it will be a tuple. So bracket is optional in tuple. Once you have created a tuple, let me try to, let me do one thing. So dir of T1 I will do. Why? I want to list down all the function. Okay, tell me which all functions are there in tuple. What function is there? Is there any add delete function? Like how we can see in list. Is it
Only
there?
count and index. Count and index.
Exactly. So we can just count each element, how many times it is present, and index. We can like retrieve elements. That's it. Nothing, no function is there. So it is completely like it is immutable. So you cannot do any changes. Extraction, exactly same as list. If you know list, I think tuple is exactly same. Same indexed indexing concept 0, 1, 2, negative indexing, positive indexing. So indexing is exactly same. For example, if I just write 0, the first element will be extracted, 1 means second, minus 1 means the last one, 0, comma 3 means 0, 1, and 2, and so on. So extraction is exactly same as your list. There is nothing much. And I cannot do anything. Let's try to replace. Let's see whether it is happening or not. Ideally, I should not be able to replace because it is immutable, but let's try to replace. The first element 45, I want to replace with by, right? And then you can see tuple object does not support item assignment, right? Because tuple is immutable. We cannot do any kind of changes in our tuple. Okay, so this is all about your tuple and the list. We have three more. We have string, we have dictionary, and we have set. So string, you can go through the recordings. This is just string functions, or maybe at very high level, I'll tell you. Dictionary and set, we will understand tomorrow. Okay, so we will, I think this Wednesday, till Wednesday, we have this link. And after Wednesday, the link will be changed and we will create our WhatsApp group on Wednesday. I'll share link with everyone and you can just join through that link. Any question you have, any doubt? We are all good with these two topics, list and
Ma'am, just basic question.
yeah.
Uh, when you do dir of T1, then what comes above count and index? What is that?
Those are dunder
Just a
methods.
little curious.
Yes. So those are dunder method. Those are called so hyphen wala, right? That is called dunder methods. You can explore more, but that is not required. Those are not the functions that we can call. So you can ignore. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So below that hyphen, whatever, not hyphen, underscore, whatever is there, that is what the function list, which we can call. And any library, it's not like list and tuple. So what is a library, what is a module, and what is a package? We will discuss everything in detail in our MLOPS class. So when we go to MLOPS, so I think this is not the one. I will teach you about OOPS concept in Python, right? Not now, but when we go to MLOPS, I will teach you, or maybe we can go in a flow. So if you want, after this data structure, we can also learn OOPS concept. So Python will be over and then we can go. But this is very important. So class, object, and then library, package, and module, how to create, because entire code that we will write will be in a modular way. So I'll explain you what is library, what is package, what is module. It is very easy concept. Python is a very easy language. Anybody can learn, right? And nowadays you have help now, like you just need to know at very high level, so that you should validate the code. Even if you don't, no need to remember any code, right? You just can take help. Code will be generated automatically. You no need to write from scratch. It's just that you should not use blindly. You should at least understand the code that has been returned. And if required, you can do some modification. That's it, right? Those time is gone where you have to remember. We used to remember before ChatGPT all the pandas code. I have taken so many batches, so I literally remember every function. But nowadays I am totally moved into different parts. So pandas I'm rarely using, right? Mostly it is very huge data I'm handling. So pandas is not working there. So what I'm trying to tell you is there is a good thing and bad thing. The good thing is it will be super fast. The bad thing is you will become lazy. So like me. Now the thing is simple pandas function also nowadays I'm doing syntax mistake after teaching for 45-50 times. Why I'm doing syntax mistake? Because nowadays all pandas code I'm just copy pasting from ChatGPT, right? So that's the problem. So sometimes I feel like in one there was a meme in LinkedIn. In one of the coding test interview, one person has um, cannot write a code. He claimed like he has 8 or 10 years experience, but he cannot write a code to load a data CSV file into a data frame, which is a very bare minimum thing one should know. And hence he has been rejected. So basically there is good and bad both. If the code is really simple, I encourage you to write it, because that's how, I mean, use some of your brain always. If you copy paste no, simple things, you will forget. But yes, if it is really a very complex logic, you can. Nowadays, though, we have multimodal. So let's say you just cut and like take a screenshot and then upload your screenshot and ask prompt. It will give you exact. It will take your data frame name, column name, everything automatically. No need to even specify that. Just do what. Just tell the operations what you want, and it will be doing the operations. So I think that's one way good, one way bad. I think good for people like me or people like uh, others who are into this for last 3-4 years. They have used all of these functions themselves. They are very good at. They have knowledge. They know what they're doing. For them, it is very good. They're increasing productivity. But it is bad for freshers, I believe, because when you are learning the concept for the first time and the second time onwards, they're copy pasting things. Many of the time, you will forget. You will not get the time to actually become expert, right? Once you know, and then copy pasting. So somehow you need to balance between both. If you have time, it's not a tight deadline. Let's say tomorrow you are not, just for your practice you try to write code. Coding is something which actually yeah, it is automated, I know, but still I believe like as a programmer basic thing. So the thing is, when you try to code yourself, at least you will visit to the website and other things. You will know what new things are there. You will see the latest version, so you will keep yourself up to date. Complex coding, obviously you need to take help. If I tell you, you will take help. If you don't tell you, then also you will take help. Everyone is copy pasting today's world. But if you have time, I am saying, if you are not like a deadline or something, you try to code at least 30-40%. Try to code yourself. Wherever you are stuck, instead of going to Google, you can ask ChatGPT. Eventually, when you are in a stage like you are very expert, you everything like pandas, you are master, or this library, you are master at it. Like list, when you write code 5-7 times, you are master at it, right? You really no need to go through it again. You know append, you know extend, you know everything. Now it makes sense to copy paste, right? And that's how you should it should be. And
For practice, we can use the Jupyter or VS Code. Which one? Which one is it?
whatever is good, like you feel comfortable, you can use. VS Code anyway we have to use, because MLOPS is not a single script. We have to write multiple scripts. So VS Code we will go later. For practice, Jupyter is fine. Jupyter you can use for all of this Python and statistics and machine learning projects and all. But finally, when we deploy our code, we'll write multiple scripts. We will go to the ops part, right? We will go to VS Code. Deployment and everything is very easy there, right?
Today you will upload core Python videos.
So everything institute will upload. The problem is I don't have recordings of all of these classes, and the Python recordings are also there with institute. So the drive they will only create, and once they give me access, I will upload only the materials, like the list, tuples, and dictionary notes. I will upload, not this one, the fair notes I will upload. The recordings of previous batch, everything they can upload. That is their job. I'll tell them. I was handling before the prior batch, I was handling everything, but I am little busy, so they will be handling. It is their link, so they are starting and ending the calls, right? So they have the recorded sessions. I'll tell ma'am to create the drive and upload all the previous batch recordings for Python. Also, people who have enrolled should get DURGASOFT Python videos, right? That DURGASOFT will give you access. Yes, it is his video, so he has access. He will give you access. Plus, only the materials is my responsibility. I will upload the materials, right? Once the drive is created. So I'll make sure it is created today. I'll tell ma'am to create it. Okay. I'll tell the organizer to create it. Okay. So let us connect tomorrow. We will continue from here. So we'll see like the tuple and list is done. So we'll see set and dictionary tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And one more thing is, if you have any concern or any doubt, you can always ask me in the class. And if you feel like something which is very personal and you cannot ask, though I don't encourage, because I'm also very busy, and I'm really very busy after 2 p.m. because my shifts or mostly my office, it's a US team, right? So we are normally very busy in the afternoon and night time. Also kids will return from school, so evening times are like very busy time. Morning I'm little available, like till 11:30. So if you want to talk to me 10 to 12, you can call to me. I think directly you can call, or through DurgaSoft you can call. If you have any personal like many people are from different background, if you feel like you cannot share something in a group and you want to you have some questions like, can I take this course, or can I change my career, or will this be helpful? So I think this kind of questions I have already addressed. Will this course be helpful for me? There is no question about it. That era is gone where you will ask me this is helpful or not. This is the time of AI. It is not like something which will be helpful. This is actually mandatory. So if you don't learn today, remember my word, someday you have to learn. Otherwise, you have to leave IT very soon. Within 2-3 years, you will be outdated, because we are in a world where I have shown you in the demo, right? You just ask and everything will be created by the models, right? So it is very, 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 very fast way we are going towards automation. I'm scared that like after 5-6 years, programming might not exist only. Like we are learning Python. Python can be, I mean, the language to interact with computers might be natural language or English. If the AI systems are so advanced, I think one person will be there like who can supervise, but other all people will be just non-technical also fine. Like they can just write English and machine will understand English or Hindi, any language, and do the job. That's where we are going. So it is not like whether this will be helpful or not. Even if you are not changing your domain, let's say you are not able to crack data science interviews, trust me, wherever you are today, AI knowledge will definitely help you. And this is the mandatory thing. You cannot even compete with your colleague who are very experts in AI. they can do the same job 100x faster than you, right? And that's the reason I'm telling, if you should learn either through me or through anywhere, the sooner you learn and become expert, the better it is for you. If you have no plans to stay in IT, you can just drop it. Otherwise, if you want to stay in IT, there is no way you can survive without AI. And mark my words, I mean, you, any role, non-technical, technical, does not matter, any role, um, analyst or software engineer or web developer, any role, without AI you cannot survive. So please don't call me to ask these questions like whether I should learn this course or not, or with this course will be helpful. Definitely it is for everyone. Nowadays kids are learning. My son's school, they are teaching AI to them. So like 10 years, 12 years your code, my kid can use chat GPT way better than what I can do, right? Are you getting? So all the plugins, everything, not the coding side, I'm telling about the application side. Obviously he doesn't know coding, but I mean, I'm just telling you where the world is going. My brothers are doctors. They are going through AI conference every 3 4 months. They are going through AI conference just to know how AI they can help use in healthcare. So non-technical people, they're not from IT, still they're learning. So what I'm trying to tell you, it is the necessity now. It is not an option. It is the necessity. It's a mandatory thing. The sooner you will learn it, the better it is. Otherwise, you will play politics to survive. You, through your skill you cannot. And yes, now people who, like all of you, I will request all of you to just enroll for the Gen AI course also once you have completed this, which will start from January onwards. Or you can learn by yourself from anywhere from where you are finding Gen AI, right? Both of this course will make you super, your foundation, this course will help you to understand AI from very basics to very advanced. Everything you will build models from scratch. That is very important. I know generative AI is looking very fancy, but like machine learning looks fancy when you write Python code, fit, predict. Maths looks boring. But tell me, what is very important? Maths or machine learning, fit, predict using Python libraries? What is very important? Yes, 99% of the time you can build AI solution just by calling libraries, right? But what about that 1%? Many times if you need customization, you need to do any changes, you need to know the maths. So this course is exactly same. These are the maths, these are the foundations behind any AI model that you will learn. Yes, deployment is there, one part of it is deployment, but don't focus so much on deployment. Again, I'm saying because entire deployment is also automated, so you just need to know the process. What is deployment? Deployment is all like Python code, and I can show you using smart AI tools. I can write the entire deployment code in 2 minutes or maybe 3 minutes. So deployment is also automated. You just need to tell what you want. 1 or 2 times once you have deployed, you will tell the right question. Okay, you do this, you do that, you create your account, you download the SDK, this is my project ID, this is that, create a Docker container, run the Docker, create the Docker file, run it. All of these things you just need to instruct, and it will do everything automatically. Deployment is also automated. Now AI is also automated, means machine learning code also the AI system can write. Having said that, who will decide which machine learning code, which machine learning algorithm, who will decide what kind of feature selection algorithm? So the decision will be yours. Code will be the from maybe any tool, but the decision will be yours. I believe in today's world, if you really want to learn anything, you should learn the maths behind ML and deep learning, the real theory behind every algorithm, how they works, and what are the pros, what are the cons, in which situation what kind of algorithm will be good, because those things will help you to take the decision. Coding you should not focus, or at least some high level knowledge if you have. I think anybody can code, right? And I think my brother, again my elder brother, all, I have 3 brothers, all are very well settled, right? I am the only sister. All of this education things comes from my family background actually. My elder brother, Dr. Sushant Kumar Panigrai, he is professor in IIT Madras. He's from mechanical department, and because his background like mechanical department, he's a gem, right? You know, the IT professor, he has 64 patents. You can go and check about him on internet. Sushant Kumar Panigrai, right? And but he's not very good at coding because his background is completely different, and at this age he doesn't want to learn coding, but he can write wonderful codes using tools because he's so strong at maths. The backbone is maths. If you know the logic, if you know the um, right question what needs to be asked, I think code can be verified by anyone, like the students can also verify the code. So what I'm trying to tell you is focus on concept. This course, MLOPS course, will teach you the concept. Don't directly jump into Gen AI. You will someday you have to come back. There is no other way. This is the path. If you take shortcuts, so there is a timeline. You cannot jump. So you are here. So if you jump here, Gen AI is like jumping, right? 99% you will understand whole course without taking MLOps. Directly, if you enroll for Gen AI, 100%, not on 99, you will 100% you will understand because that is deep learning. So I will teach deep learning from scratch. 100% you will understand. You will feel like, oh, I know AI, but you know nothing. Trust me, you just know tools, how to use. You know nothing about AI. There are a lot many things which you will realize later. You have created a Gen AI system. How to test this model? How to test this Gen AI model? Now people will talk about terms like specificity, sensitivity. You will not be knowing. Okay, then you will again come here and take this path. So in this path, this is called MLOps. MLOps is the foundation. Here you will know how to validate a machine learning model. You will know simple machine learning algorithms, complete theory. You will understand how the model really thinks, how the model really getting trained. You will train model from scratch. You will know if the model is not working, how to improve the accuracy, how to retrain the model, right? And you will also know if the model is failing, what is the cause of failing, what is concept drift, what is data drift. All of these things, once you are very strong, Gen AI is super easy for you. If you know these hard things, I think generative AI is easy. I think the generative AI course is super easy to teach also. After you teach deep learning, rest all things are LangChain and other frameworks. It's just tools, right? Like, I mean, there's no like maths behind it. So for the teacher also, it is easy to teach. MLOps and deep learning is something which is the backbone of everything. And these things, ML and deep learning, if you are very good at, you can go for R&D. Instead of using LLMs, you can create LLM for your company from scratch, right? There are a lot many opportunities will open if you're strong in AI, right? Lot many opportunities will open. And I can see there is a very big difference in pay scale which is happening, which is not symmetrically distributed. uh, they are offering like there are two things. Like if you are in a very high level position, like you know everything about AI now today. If you know AI in depth, if you know AI in depth, means you are really strong at AI. You are like hero in IT, right? And your pay scale will be 30 to 40% more for the same level for any other engineer. Trust me, this is, I'm telling you from my experience. And you, for my level, they're offering 70, 90 ESOPs and all. If you get ESOPs at director level, senior manager, manager level, if you get ESOPs and all, your variable component will be 25%, 22%. If you really perform well, you can cross 1 crore in India, I'm telling. Leave about abroad. I'm just talking about India. I have just 12 years of experience altogether. In this, I think I have just 8 years or 9-year experience. With that, I'm saying. Doesn't matter. Experience doesn't matter actually. Knowledge matters. Some person can have 10-year experience, but 2-year experience kind of knowledge. Some person can have 2-year experience, but knowledge of a 10-year experience. It is all about your skill set. Does not matter. In IT, experience does not count. Your skill set counts. I have seen freshers, they're getting 50 lakh package after college. I have seen people who are working in industry for 12 years. they are getting 50 lakhs. So it does not depend on your experience. It all depends on your skill set. And I have seen people who doesn't know AI, they're struggling to survive, leave about increment or something. There are lot many layoffs are happening. They're struggling to survive. So I think what I can tell you is if you are very strong today in AI, you can rule the market. You are the hero today. If you know AI, you are the hero. Every company need you, right? Every company needs an AI engineer. That's how you can demand. If you can prove, they will pay you, right? That because you can replace 5 6 people if you are very strong in AI and really strong. I'm not telling fake data scientist, real data scientist who really very strong. You are equivalent to 5 engineers who doesn't know AI. One AI engineer can replace 5. Not replace, but it is a harsh term to say, but in a way it is yes, you can, because the productivity will be so much. You can increase the productivity. Let's say you know software engineering, but you also know AI. You can just build the websites in one day, and that's the speed AI is bringing to platform. Instead of 1 month, you can build the thing in one day. The whole I'll tell you one example. The whole front end code I have executed without knowing anything in front end, just by learning something from YouTube like Node and like 3 4 days. I have just learned at very high level. I am able to execute the whole front end code within 2 days, and it is live. I'm creating my own website using AI. I don't have any knowledge in front end, very bad, right? Just Python frameworks I know, like Fast API and all. But the Mon stack, I'm not good at it. I just know very basics. So what I'm saying, trying to tell you is eventually I will learn, right? Like if I start using, so I mean, this is scary, but yeah, this is scary the way it is going, but this is how it is. I don't know, but AI is everywhere, right?
Like front-end technology is not required, like HTML, CSS is learning, it's not required if you know AI.
No, I will not say this. This is a wrong statement. Anything is not required learning. I will not say this. See, AI is just will help you. It will increase your productivity, but you it is not like blindly you can use it, right? So
Yes, the
it is
background is necessary to know that.
exactly. Background is a must. See, I just run or executed a code, but I will suffer somewhere if I just start building applications without knowing anything in web development. Sometime I will do blunder, maybe security wise. Give me 1 minute. So my suggestion to everyone is be strong in your domain first, and then you become strong in AI, both. Not only AI. AI will help you increasing the productivity, but sometimes if it is stuck, like bug or something is coming, and you still need your domain knowledge. Is it clear? I'm not telling blindly you should only learn AI and leave everything else. No, you already know your domain. I'm expecting if you are in IT, you are strong in something, right? So be that, and that then you add AI to it. That will be a very powerful combination. Okay, so anyway, let's connect tomorrow. We will
Ma'am,
continue, right? Yeah.
ma'am, hi ma'am. I have a two question.
Yeah.
Ma'am, last from last class I joined it. So one question is for module 3. So you mentioned deployment is on GCP. So is it
Yeah.
possible? Can you show us for AWS also?
I'm
And
planning to show
yeah,
it for Azure, right? Azure. The thing is, AWS, I have a paid account. Azure and GCP, it's a free account. So that's the reason. But let's see, AWS, I'll share previous batch recording. You can go through,
yeah.
right?
Thank you, ma'am. And the second one, ma'am, you mentioned that for data collection, the Panda is there. So, but ma'am, like data engineers doing these things via PySpark, I think.
Yes, but
Not
that
in
data
Java.
engineering is a little different than data science. Big data is something which is again universal. Everyone should learn. If the size of the data is super huge, very huge, you cannot use Python. So that case you can use Databricks, PySpark, right?
Okay.
But this is not included in this course. If you want that recording also, I can provide from previous batch.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Let's connect tomorrow. We will connect. We'll continue from here, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.